What's up everyone, Emerald here from Emerald's Daily Carry, and today we are at the Travel Goods Association show in Las Vegas. It is the premier place to be if you are anywhere in the travel industry, and you know what you need when you go traveling? You need a bag, and you best believe that there are a bunch of bag manufacturers here at the show. We're going to give you the first inside scoop on a lot of these brands who are actually announcing new products here at the show, so let's take a look. In this video, we're going to be focusing on all of the new products that are coming out in 2025. We were there at the Travel Goods Show for 3 whole days. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you want to see all of that new content coming your way. What's up everyone, Emerald here from Emerald's Daily Carry, and we are at the Cotopaxi booth here at the Travel Goods Show. I have Ryan here with me, and he's going to show us some of the new bags that Cotopaxi has to offer this year.
Awesome. Okay, so just for reference, this is the current Allpa travel pack that we just talked about that you're aware well of. This is one of the best-selling travel packs that has a clamshell design. It's been in the market for a few years and was recently refreshed just this last fall. Yeah. Biggest aspect of this one is you get that clamshell opening, being able to organize everything, access to laptop and tablet, water bottle pocket. Mostly this design for the past 10 years has been like what the brand has been very well known for. So we took all of the feedback we got from here and thought like, what would be the next level up be for our customer? Because the fun thing about Cotopaxi is like, we get like lots of feedback. We filter through that, and what we really discovered was that people wanted a little bit more out of it, and they wanted to be able to go farther with more support and also get like some sort of secondary bag. So coming this summer, we've got the Adventure Allpa Travel Pack, which is the Alpification of the modular travel pack. What that is it gives you 2 bags in one. At the top of this bag, it zips right off, and as you can see,
hold on, is that a detachable sling bag?
Drama, it is.
We love a 1.5 bag travel.
So this gives you an 8-liter sling, fully stowable. You can wear it as a crossbody, day pack, even a hip pack. You can even, when you're wearing the pack, feed it through like the hip belt, like ultra, picture this, like the pack's on there, like yes. Ultra travel dad.
Yeah.
You can do that too. But let me walk through the sling and then I'll walk through this down here.
Totally.
Perfect. You get an L-shaped zipper, meaning so however you're using it, you can open from the top or the side. Laptop, tablet compartment, better for an e-reader or like up to a 13-inch like Chromebook or like an iPad. I personally put my iPad in this. It's padded, another pocket here, 8-liter capacity, and you have another pocket with a key clip.
Gotta love the key clip.
It's underrated. Like, let's really talk about key clips for 2 seconds. Yeah. Like, my thing with these is I used to be like, that's annoying. And then the amount of times I've been abroad, I've had headphones, keys, and I'm rummaging through really fast. They don't go anywhere.
Yes.
So now I'm passionate about key clips.
Yeah. As you should be.
Right? We're just doing the work.
It's really just not even that hard to put in a key clip.
No, it really isn't at all. It takes 2 seconds, 1 stitch, and more people take note. This just turned into a PSA for key clips.
You heard it here first, guys. This is a PSA for key clips.
Exactly. So if you don't want to zip this on, you also have a deployable harness that tucks in right here. So you could throw this thing on, throw it over. See where I'm going with this?
You can like put like a bike helmet on that.
Nailed it.
You could put a jacket over there.
Things are endless, and I always see people like clipping stuff to their Allpas. I'm very confident I'm going to see like the craziest souvenir strapped to this, which I'm hoping like just like jaunting through the airport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me talk first on the carry support system here. So this harness is completely stowable. So if you unclip all, you can slide it through here. The hip belt's tuckable, and they also have a hook and loop torso adjuster. Can you see those 3 lines right there? That gives you 4 inches of torso adjustability. Not a lot of travel packs on the market have that. What that gets you is making sure that hip belt is right on your hip, so you can take full advantage of this curved frame. So when you're jaunting through Europe, or when I was testing this in Costa Rica, that added support goes a long way. But,
no, I was just gonna ask, like, how big of a, like, what to what torso length is this available?
Such a good question. So we really tried for this first iteration hitting like most average torso lengths. So 16 inch to 20 inches, anything between there. That hits about 70% of the population. And that was like a good starting point because this is also a newer feature in this space. Most you have to get like specific sizes.
Yeah.
We really wanted to take a step in like a all-in-one so anyone could try this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good?
Totally.
Perfect.
Very cool to see that.
Yeah. So you can stow all this. So say you get to like the plane, you're gonna stow all these in and then just use this fancy grab handle and throw it in the carry-on above. check.
Awesome.
On the side, we took advantage of that space to make that giant laptop tablet compartment that's brushed and fleece. It's brushed and has a divider for a tablet. It literally fits any size. You can see it takes advantage of that 22 inches right there.
Yeah. Is there a drop bottom here or false bottom for your laptop?
Correct. You nailed it. Right in the bottom, there's that structure there too, so you can throw that in and you won't have to worry about it ever. Like,
Yes. Gotta
good
love
question.
that. You heard it. I have good questions.
Work.
Yes.
Okay, so you also have a water bottle pocket that fits a 32-ounce water bottle. You zip that up. Okay, fun feature. Do you see this little loop right here?
Love the safety features.
So you gives you that security, so on the go, no one can get into that.
Perfect.
Flip around. You probably can't see it, but do you see this little hidden pocket right here?
Yes.
That will perfectly fit your travel documents or a passport. So like when you're walking through security and you're wearing this, being able to reach in, grab your documents and put them in and then keep moving, wonderful. And with that extra large placket, you can't even really see that there's a pocket there.
That's a very cool feature. I think that like on-body access is always so important when you have a bag, especially of this size.
Yes.
To be able to get stuff like that really quickly is really nice.
Exactly. And then in terms of dimensions, so with that zipped off, 22 inches, 14 inches, 9 inches. If you total that, that's 45 linear inches. That will get you on any domestic and most international flights. What that means, you know those like really fun luggage checkers?
Yes.
That never fit anything?
Yes.
Just to be that guy, like I tested it every time on those trips. It's so satisfying.
Fits in like a glove.
Yes, exactly. And then as the TSA agents are watching, you're like, yep, exactly. You also have a front accessory pocket here. Am I talking too much?
No, this is the exact amount of detail
Perfect.
that we love here on Emerald's Daily Carry.
Because I'm wordy, I talk a lot. So
My videos are 40 to 50 minutes long.
Oh, wait.
So
Are you going to stay here for a little bit?
we're going to stay here for happy hour, actually.
Fine, we can walk.
Yeah.
Okay, you're keeping this going, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so this main compartment. This is now a podcast.
Yeah. We're the Ryan and Emerald show
Exactly.
every Tuesday.
Subscribe. Like, is that what they say? Or is that what you
Like
say?
and, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Thank you. So I'm new to this.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to like teach me the ropes here.
Yeah. No, well, you're doing great, Ryan. Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you, co-host.
Sweating in this white t-shirt. Okay. 40-liter capacity in here. You have a deployable laundry bag here that also can fit like a small pair of sandals.
Okay.
And then the beauty of this compartment, we've surveyed a lot of travelers and they prefer to have a compartment to fill versus like a bunch of different pockets for this kind of pack.
I am on that boat.
You're on that boat?
I'm
Good.
on that boat.
So I may be biased, but we have these new compressible and expandable packing cubes in 2 different sizes. You can fit 2 large ones or a large and 2 small ones perfectly.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Just for an example, so picture 1 big, 1 small, or 1 big, 1 big. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. The math is mathing.
The math is mathing. You also have these 2 mesh pockets right here, and the point of this is kind of like, you're basically looking at your closet on the go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, that gets the whole inside. Okay, and that gets you our new Adventure Allpa 50-liter travel pack.
Wow.
We're stoked on it. We truly think this doesn't look like most packs on the market.
Yeah.
And just for a demonstration, really quick to show how easy, we're gonna tuck all these in, get this all zipped up, say you're ready to go on your journey. I usually use this as my in-flight companion because then I can keep that up out of the way.
Yes.
And this fits everything I need. You gonna feed anything?
Yeah, 1.5 bag travel, I think, is like the way to go that people who are not traveling with roller luggage, that's what they want. So,
Like when you get that like screaming deal to go to Europe and it's like, well, with that, I have to fly Ryanair. I'm gonna have to like get by the strictest
yes,
luggage.
exactly.
So you feed that through, and it's a lot. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. The mic is not delicate.
Oh, good. But I am. And that zips right on. So there it is. That's our new Adventure Allpa pack. Comes out, I think I can say this, 5/1, so 2 months. I won't say where, but it is. There are some exclusive launches happening. But then 7/1, it'll be everywhere.
Ooh, do we know the price of this?
This is $300.
Oh.
Yep.
You know, that's actually, I feel like not that bad for the, like, specifically when you're in the 1 bag travel market,
Right.
where you're in the 45 liter range, it's about roughly $300 is where you're going to be at. So
Exactly. And when you factor in just like everything I just walked you through, there are a lot of thoughtful features that I would argue that most of the market doesn't quite have.
yeah.
And then icing on the cake, look at this colorway. Look at this
Dude,
color.
Cotopaxi is known for their colors. I think that's like what people are drawn to for the brand is like the colorfulness, the fun, the sustainability. Look at your great award that you guys won.
There's all this color, and yet it's all recycled or upcycled. If we don't do that, it doesn't exist.
Win-win.
Win-win.
Win-win. Well, Ryan, we're going to have you here on the podcast again next Tuesday. But thank you so much for the little walkthrough of the new products from Cotopaxi.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What's up, everyone? Emerald here from Emerald's Daily Carry. We are here at the Travel Goods Show at Cabeau talking to CEO David here. He has a very new, exciting neck pillow on the market. I know neck pillows is one of the big travel accessories that we all travel with. David, tell me a little bit more about the story behind this new product, what the problem is that we're trying to solve.
Sure. Thank you, Emerald. Thank you for having me. Our company has tried since day one when we were founded in 2009 to really focus on innovation. And really what it started from was how could we use science and data as well as consumer feedback to really be able to have the best travel pillows in the world. We've since enhanced some other products and have innovative in other categories, but still the core of who we are is really head support and travel pillows. We know that someone is going to come up with a better mousetrap. We're committed to that someone being us. So about 6 years ago, we started on a concept of how we could make the perfect intersection between both support and comfort, because every adult really understands when you fall asleep in a seated position, your neck muscles relax and you end up like this. Or like this, or like this. And the fact of the matter is, like anything with physics, gravity will take over. So you have a mass that has weight on it. Even if you're supported on one side, you're unconscious, you're asleep. And what happens is your neck muscles relax and your head will fall into the other place of least resistance. It's just a matter of time. As a matter of fact, it's been scientifically proven that human beings turn in their sleep every 15 minutes. So if you just have one side, it's gonna feel good when you fall asleep, but you're gonna wake up in neck pain because you're gonna be falling forward or the other side. So what we've really committed to doing is how can we support one's head all the way around the jawline as well as falling forward. You don't really need support behind your head because you have that high seat back. So really it's just covering this whole area, but it has to be the entire area or your head will find that place. So we found one study in particular that studied the head falling forward because of text neck. We're on our phones all the time looking down. And so they wanted to determine how much pressure was actually on the neck as your head tended to fall forward. And what they found is essentially the human being's head is approximately 12 pounds. As your head falls forward, every 10 degrees of fall forward or side to side, you're actually doubling the amount of weight and pressure put on your neck. So 10 degrees equals 24 pounds. 20 degrees equals 36 pounds. And as your head continues to fall, that's more pressure. That's what causes the pain. And that is the number one reason why you buy a travel pillow, to prevent that. So what we really set out to do was figure out, number one, how can we do this? And number two, how can we make it adjustable and customizable to be able to fit you rather than you having to fit it? We went out and we purchased some of the biggest competitive products on the planet, both online as well as in travel retail stores like airport stores, duty-free stores, and also mass retail. And we basically told the models, we want you to do one thing: completely relax your neck and do not exaggerate how much you'll fall in these travel pillows. And what you see here is with some of these big name travel pillows besides our company, you see the head falling, and we have kind of a baseline here where there's no travel pillow, and you virtually see that the heads fall in almost exactly the same manner. And what we're talking about at a 50% tilt, a 50% drop, it actually is 53 pounds of pressure on your neck instead of that 12 pounds that we're standing here today. And so we've decided we're gonna fix this. So let me grab the product over here.
Yeah, of course. So exciting. I love when things are like backed up by science, because you can't refute that. So
that's the most important thing. It doesn't, our opinion only matters so much. I think science and really the traveler's opinion is more important to us. So what what we did with this pillow is, let me put it on. We actually have these hard plastic shells here on the sides of the pillow that provides the support in any direction. Inside the plastic shells, we have ventilation holes. So this allows heat from your neck. You have the carotid arteries coming up the front of your neck.
Yes.
It pumps 25% of your fresh oxygenated blood that's
To your beautiful brain.
to your beautiful brain. You do not want to cover this area
Yes.
at all unless you're freezing. There's a reason why you buy scarves. You do not want to cover this area. Now, 92% of temperature-related complaints on an airplane are that it's too hot.
Right.
So don't cover the front of your neck.
Right.
And this is another reason why we have the ventilation holes, and another reason why we leave this area open is for that heat to escape.
Yeah.
So this provides the support. There's super soft memory foam around the outside of the shells, and that is for the comfort. This is called the Evolution X because it is the perfect intersection of support and comfort.
Perfect.
Now, the other great thing about this product, like I said, we're really interested in customization. You can actually take this strap and cinch it up or release it to change the circumference of the pillow. Some people have thin necks, some people have thick necks, and you want it to fit your neck, right?
Yes.
It's not you have to fit it like some of the competitive products have been, and it's really important that you can make this customized so that you get the support and comfort that you want.
Right.
The second way that this can be adjusted is this is designed to be able to turn this downward if you have a shorter neck, or flip it back up if you have a longer neck. So you get that support dependent on how long your neck is.
Yeah.
And then finally, we have this cord lock that simply goes through like this. It's designed that you can actually do this one-handed to cinch this up to your perfect support and comfort level. And instead of a 50-degree tilt that these competitive pillows, really almost every competitive pillow on the market offers, because we've tested almost all of them, you're limited to 8 degrees in any of the directions. And your head is supported, meaning no neck pain.
Yes. Thank you so much for going through that thought process of we have this product, we have this problem, we want to alleviate that problem. How do we do this? I know that you put in so much time and effort and energy, researching the actual science behind why this is a problem, and just to see all of the innovation that's happening, all of the different adjustment points. There's so much thought into it. It's just so cool to see new innovation in the product line. So yeah, thank you so much for, taking us through it. Thanks guys. Hopefully all of our necks are gonna be saved now. What's up everyone? Emerald here from Emerald's Daily Carry. We are at the Pacsafe booth here at the Travel Goods Show talking to Kate about Pacsafe as a brand. You guys are the #1 leaders in travel theft protection kind of gear. So I want to talk a little bit about that before we get into this cool bag sitting over here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a big name in anti-theft travel bags. Our big thing is protecting your bag, your belongings, and the planet all at the same time. All of our bags are also made of recycled materials. And then we're going to have for you in every bag at least 4 different security features. Some of them have a little bit more. We can dive into more specifics, but we're going to make sure that you have locking zippers, RFID protection, that your bag has straps that are cut proof, and the bag itself is going to be slash proof.
Very cool. And I think that is exactly what people are looking for when they're thinking about Pacsafe. Talk a little bit about that as a differentiating factor for the brand. Where did that idea come from as far as, I think people really want these features in a bag.
Yeah. So our founders, Rob and Magnus, actually, they started out working on yachts as yacht hands. And so they would always have their bag with them, but they had no real way to secure it when they were running around the boat, and they were on and off at ports, and they just didn't feel like they actually had a way to keep their gear safe. And so what they initially did was they actually built just a steel cage to put around the bag so that they could lock it to something and have it be safe and secure. And then they were like, that's not the most attractive thing in the world. And then you're carrying 2 things. You're carrying security and you're carrying your bag.
You're carrying a cage with your bag at the airport.
Yeah, and people are a little like, oh, what's going on with that? So instead they decided to integrate the 2 and give the cage within the shell of the bag, and also just give you those extra added features of protection. And one of the great things about it is you can decide how much security you need personally with our different features, our different lines, but also every single one of our locks has the ability to also be padlocked.
Nice.
So if you're going somewhere, you're gonna leave your bag for a while, instead of just having it sat next to you on the ground, you can fully lock it as well.
That is very cool. And I want to touch on, just as far as like the safety features, how do you guys test that out? Like, do you go out in the field, or do you like tell someone like, go rip this bag up, tell us how it went?
Yeah. So all of our product development is done, full scale, trying to get people to get into it and get out of it. And, nothing is truly ever anti-theft. You cannot prevent someone from, if they try really, really, really hard, they're gonna figure out a way. But this is all about deterrence. It is about making sure that they're gonna come to your bag and be like, whoa, that's way too complicated, and move on. It's all about making sure that you are just a difficult target.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to target you, because why would they when they can go for something else?
Exactly. I think that same philosophy is also really true for bike locks.
Yes.
It's like, everybody can, in theory, steal that thing if they really wanted to, but why would I steal the hard thing when the easy thing is right there, right?
And who's going to carry around bolt cutters? That's a little obvious that you're up to something shady. So, it's all about that deterrence and giving you the peace of mind that somebody is not going to try and get your stuff, because it's not easy.
Right. Exactly. And I think that's a perfect transition to talk about this cool bag that's sitting right in front of us here. This is a new offering from Pacsafe.
Yes.
Let's walk through a little bit about the features, what we can expect safety-wise from this bag.
Yeah. So this is our new EXP 28. It's actually out spring, summer 26. So we're not quite there yet, but it's...
First look.
Yes. This is actually the first time samples are out on the floor. So you guys are getting kind of that first peek at it. So our EXP line, one of our highest end, heavy duty, really good for people who travel a lot, people who are in the city a lot.
Yeah.
But we saw a need for something a little bit smaller than what our EXP line has, because we have a 45 and a 35. But now we've got a 28, so it's a little bit more every day.
Yes.
A little bit more, you have the gear that you need, but you're not gonna fall over backwards if you put a little bit too much in it. There's no, you can put a brick in it if you want, but you don't have to.
Or beans.
Yes. So the first feature is this grab handle on the top. This is a nice, steady, secured handle, so you can kind of really give it a good yank, but it lets you pick it up from kind of any which way you have it. If you're on a train, you have it up above in the overhead or anything like that. It's just got that extra little bit for you. We've also got different carry points on the bag if you want to hook something to it. This is also great if you want to slide through a jacket or something like that, that you don't have to take up space in the bag for it. In terms of the anti-theft features, so the shell of the bag has the exo mesh, which is our stainless steel cage. It's going to make it so that they can't cut through. Slash proof. And then the straps themselves here, we've got a double wire Dyneema in the strap. So this is going to be that cut resistance here on the strap itself. This bag does have a luggage pass-through as well, which is great. It's got chest straps here for easy carrying. If you'd like to lock the bag to something, this is our pop and lock system. So all you have to do here is squeeze and pull out, wrap this around a chair leg, a table leg, anything like that, pop it back in, lock it into place. And then again, if you're gonna leave for a while, there's a slot here for a padlock as well. Onto the actual interior of the bag itself. This is one of our interlocking zipper features. So with this guy here, you're actually going to push down, pull up to open.
Oh.
So it's got this unique catch system.
Wow, that is interesting.
And you can give it a good,
yeah.
This side, I can tug this side, that's not going anywhere.
Dang. I don't think I've ever seen that. Is this a new feature on Pacsafe bags?
It's relatively new. I think it's maybe 3 years old now.
Okay.
And then again, you've got that hole there if you want to put the padlock in.
Yeah.
And that's on this top easy access pocket as well. So if you're on a flight or something like that, we've got this top pocket that's, You can put your phone there, some snacks, a headphone, something.
Gotta have my snacks, quick access to my snacks.
And then this back pocket here, the bigger one that you're going to put your laptop in or something like that, this is our rhubarb locking system. So right now it's locked. You can yank on it all you want. It's not coming out. We've got the hole for the padlock. You simply flip the catch to unlock, pull the interlocking zippers out, and open up the zippers.
Very cool.
Laptop pocket, padded and fleeced for you. For that.
Do we have a false bottom on there?
We do not.
Okay, cool.
And then in this front pocket here, we have our last security feature, which is going to be your RFID safe pocket. So wallet, passport, anything that you want in there. And then we've also got chain for your keys.
The keys.
Just
Going back to the RFID pocket though, like I know some people are really concerned about that. Like, can you tell me a little bit more about like who would possibly be the person to try to RFID your stuff and like all of that?
Yeah, so it's especially common in transit centers. So train stations, airports, something like that, cruise ports, that people will have these scanning devices, and because everything now is kind of chip related and all of that, they can get data on your credit cards, your passport, and they can replicate them.
Like the actual number and your name? Oh, dang.
Yeah. So the RFID safe, it's just a lining that prevents that wavelength from getting into the pocket.
I see.
So all of our wallets at Pacsafe have full RFID protection. But if you have a different wallet because you don't like how ours look or something like that, then this will keep any wallet safe. It'll keep your passport safe. And just make sure that when you're in those spaces, if there is somebody who has one of those devices, you're not at risk.
Yeah.
Because they're small devices, you probably wouldn't know. And they can just sit down next to you and they've got it in their pocket and you would have no idea because it's not like you're looking at somebody's, you don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
So it's just that added layer of security that can give you the peace of mind that your data is secure.
Very cool. Thank you so much for explaining that, because I feel like I've seen like RFID blocking and I'm like, I don't know what that means. Like,
yes. Yeah. So there's all sorts of specificities on what wavelengths and, the technical nitty gritty details.
Yeah.
But the basic premise is just that this is a shield that bounces back those wavelengths that those devices use to try and take your data.
Got it. Well, I think just kind of talking about the bag itself, we went over all of the safety features and like the ins and outs of it. Yep. The size, 28, I feel like this is really where a lot of people are going now is like, I don't want to have 5 different bags. I want to have the one bag. I want the bag that can transition from work day to day to travel. Like, talk a little bit about that, like this size and like getting to that number 28. How did that come to be?
Yeah. So it's a lot of testing, a lot of talking to people, a lot of shoving stuff in bags to see what kind of sizing people are looking at. And this is a fill out of a line that we have that's existing, and we just had a lot of people who were kind of saying like, oh, we really like the 35, we love all of the features on it, but the 35 has...
Oh, that's a beefy boy.
Yeah, and it has this bottom shoe compartment. This bottom shoe compartment itself is about 5 liters.
Oh, dang.
So by taking this out, we're already at 30, so then we just slimmed just a tiny bit more to get to the 28. But we're making sure that we're keeping all of the volume, make sure that you have the space that you need without taking away too much. Because there's a lot of 25-liter backpacks on the market. There just are.
Yeah.
So it differentiates us just a little bit. You get that little bit of extra space to put that jacket in on top of your clothes. It gives you this easy access pocket at the top. Just a couple little extra things so that when you're traveling, you're not feeling like I'm really just jam pack and stuff in there.
We're really ripping the zippers on this one.
Yes. Yeah, you don't have to feel like you're just stuffed to the brim. You have enough space for those things that you need to kind of get through that. Either, you know, a small 3-day trip or you're just your day-to-day, depending on what you need. But making sure that you're not also feeling like, well, maybe I shouldn't bring that thing that really I would like to have.
Right.
It's just trying to give you the best of both worlds, really.
Totally see that implementation. Thank you so much for this really quick walkthrough of this brand new product that's not even available yet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Pacsafe. We'll be back. What's up, everybody? Emerald here from Emerald's Daily Carry, and we're here with Jim from Osprey to talk a little bit about the exciting new things this year.
Yeah, so Osprey is a 50-year-old backpack company. We make some of the best and most comfortable backpacks in the world. We are size specific for men and women, so adjustable suspension, super comfortable, carry heavy loads. We're also into travel products, which is why we're here today at the TGA show, introducing our new for Spring 25 transporter.
Very cool. Let's go take a little bit of gander to the transporter. I know that we saw a little bit about this at the new product presentation, but just give us a little bit of a walkthrough.
Yeah, the biggest thing on transporter is the fabric. This is our what we call nano tough. This is 100% recycled, high tenacity ripstop nylon with a carbonate coating, which is a name about this long, so we call it nano tough. It's super durable. It's about half the weight of a normal fabric, but it's 40% more durable. And that's just the fabric. We went through the whole bag and made this the lightest weight kind of expedition level duffel out on the marketplace today. So super excited to reintroduce this under a whole new color palette and new fabrication for this year. And then we added some new styles like our travel packs, which are our best sellers. We're like the biggest travel pack maker in the world. This is a new 35-liter size. We added things like a water bottle pocket. This will hold a big 24-ounce water bottle pocket. Lash points if you want to carry something on the outside and dangle it out. Full organizer on the inside for pens, paper, key on inside. 35 liters of capacity. In addition, of course, being a backpack, these tuck away if you're forced to carry it or check it through.
Straps.
And then you can carry it over your wheel piece if you want to do that as well.
Very cool. Tell me a little bit more. I know that you talked about this fabric. What is the weight of the fabric, and like what is the difference between this fabric and some of the other fabrics on the market? Yeah,
so again, this is a recycled high tenacity nylon. So everything we use is 100% recycled. They're Blue Sign certified fabrics and products. This is an 840 nylon and a 630D nylon. So that's the denier weight, which is just the weight of the fiber. What you want to ultimately look is what does that mean in terms of the weight of the product, and then what do the other components mean when you add that all up. So 840 is about half of what normal manufacturers use for heavyweight fabric. So the fabric itself is roughly half, but then you add stuff like the carbonate coating and the ripstop, which will play around with that. But ultimately it's lighter weight, and then we put this on all the different tests. Familiar with the Wiesenbeck warp test, the Martindale test, the abrasion test, the tear strength, and all those different tests. And we're anywhere from 20 to 40% more wear resistant. Ultimately what you want is the wear resistance. Load it up, drag it, and check that. Honestly, the lab, we tested our old products, our current products, our competitors' products, and the lab, whose job is to do testing, said, yeah, we've done enough. After you exceed a certain level, they're like, look, we need to move on and do other tests. It was pretty exciting. Never heard that before.
Very cool. So if we could get a little peek in here, I know that you said that this is a suitcase style and a just big bucket style loader, so I'd love to see what that looks like.
So 2 parts to the line. These are our expedition style duffels. This is your traditional top loading duffel. What I showed earlier was these sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, you got a Roman camera, so you're all good.
Yeah, cool. So this is our new Squffel. So this comes in 2 sizes, a 44 liter and a 70 liter. So roughly carry-on size and check-through size. This is similar to our duffels in setup, is that it carries initially as a backpack. It's got your adjustable sternum strap with the emergency whistle, super comfortable ventilated mesh along with the neck roll cover, so super comfortable. Tucks away in its own pocket here, or you can actually remove this and carry it duffel style with an optional shoulder strap.
Very cool.
But what's cool about this is it loads like a traditional duffel, but it also split case, and it's more square in shape, so we call this the Squffel.
Yeah.
So you could load this, can I get down?
Oh, sure you can.
You can load this duffel style from the top, pardon my pillow, and just load it all the way down, or you can roll these dividers out of the way and you can drill down all the way duffel style, or pardon me, you can roll them out and go split case style. So here you can see this one's kind of half and half. So these dividers can trap stuff on either side. This one's fully ventilated. You see the mesh on the bottom, the top, and even a pit zip on the side.
Yeah.
If you want to air out dirty laundry or soiled stuff and not mix it with your clean, this is fully lined on this side, on the top and bottom. So you can actually trap dirty or soiled stuff in here and keep it separate, or you can flip it and keep your clean stuff protected on this side and let your dirty stuff air out on that. So pretty cool. And then if you don't want to just roll them away, tuck them, and you got full-size duffel.
That's very cool. I think wet dry storage or like dirty clean is always something that travelers are really looking for. So I think the versatility of the bag is going to be something that people will look out for. Is this already available?
Yep, it just started shipping last month. This is a $200 retail on the 44 liter, which is my favorite size.
Very cool. All right, and then just to wrap it up, do you have any insight into maybe what's happening at Osprey coming out in the future, 2025?
I do. As the product director, I know what's coming out in 2025.
Right, because you guys have to work on it for years and years, right?
Yeah. So we got some new stuff this fall around the corner.
Ooh, let's just walk around the booth here. We're getting a whole little tour.
Later this fall, we're actually be introducing our lightweight collection.
A little dance.
No worries. This is a remake of our Ozone program. This is one of our most popular ultra lightweight program. This is a monopole handle. On a two-wheel program. This is a 40-liter carry-on two-wheel, so you get more capacity when you go with the two-wheel. It's closer to the ground, it's more stable. But this weighs 4.5 pounds, so super lightweight. We went with a high denier, recycled nylon in a 210 weight, which is really lightweight, but it's high tenacity, so it's got extra abrasion resistance. And then we use that same carbonate coating that I showed a minute ago on top of the front face here to prevent scratching. We added exterior pocketing, new YKK EYL zippers, which is the newest from YKK. Nice. They're super low profile. The strands are actually melted into the zipper chain itself, so it's much more abrasion resistant. And the zipper tabs are replaceable, which is all new from YKK. So super durable, number 10, plus replaceable zipper tabs.
Awesome.
So super excited to launch this in the moody burgundy color, which has been really exciting, and then black, of course, too.
Does this have a laptop compartment?
The carry-on does not, although you can sneak one in the front here. But being our ultra lightweight collection, we added a super slim pack. So kind of demonstrating how light and minimalist you can be. This is a 10-liter day pack that holds a 16-inch backpack. Dual water bottle pockets, the same carbonate coating, but also has the pass-through to slide over the tubes. That also has an add-a-bag strap. Because it's a monopole, sometimes they wrap around.
Yeah.
So you can either hook this on the front, or you can slide it over the tubes, and you can attach that add-a-bag to the locker loop on the bottom, or the flasher light loop, and hold that steady. This is $99.
Yeah. That's awesome, because I think that this would also really do well as a day pack once you're already at your travel destination. I know that some people are like, oh man, I don't want to carry around this big giant thing. Day packs are really great for that. So that looks like a really good option. You said it's 10 liters in size? Very cool. All right, well, thank you so much, Jim, for showing us around at the Travel Goods Show. We're here for Osprey. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
I just wanted to give a huge shout out to all the brands that we were able to talk to and connect with at the Travel Goods Show. It was super cool to have a behind the scenes look at all of the people that are involved in creating all the products that we get to use and love. So thank you so much for sharing your insights, your designs, your journey, and how you were able to create such great, awesome products for us to use. And that's a wrap of all the new products that we were able to check out at the Travel Goods Show in 2025. Lots of new, really exciting things to look out for this year and in 2026. But that's just the beginning. We've got a lot of really exciting coverage of the Travel Goods Show. If you like this content and you want to help support the channel, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with a friend. It really does help out a lot. My name is Emerald from Emerald's Daily Carry. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.